Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be tackling a real shocker in the world of chess. A shared victory at the 2024 World Blitz Chess Championship. Think of this deep dive as your shortcut to understanding how this historic event went down, why it has everyone talking, and what it might mean for the future of chess.
It's fascinating because a shared championship at this level is practically unheard of, especially in blitz chess, where every second counts and the pressure is immense. It's like the chess equivalent of a penalty shootout, intense and usually decisive.
Okay, so paint the picture for us. The final match comes down to Magnus Carlsen, a five-time world champion, and Nepomniachtchi. Talk about a clash of titans. What happened?
Well, the match started with Carlsen taking the first two games, looking like he was on track for another dominant victory. But Nepomniachtchi, who has a reputation for his fighting spirit, managed to stage an incredible comeback, winning the next two games.
Wow, talk about a roller coaster. So it's all tied up, the tension is through the roof. What happens next?
They went into sudden death tiebreakers, but game after game ended in a draw. And then, in a move that stunned the chess world, Carlsen proposed sharing the title, and Nepomniachtchi agreed. The FIE, the International Chess Federation, even posted a video of them shaking hands on the deal.
Whoa, hold on. Carlsen just offered to share the world championship. That's unorthodox, to say the least. But not everyone was thrilled about this shared victory, right?
Right. Grandmaster Hans Niemann, who's known for being outspoken, publicly accused the FIDE of favoring Carlsen. He even brought up a previous incident where Carlsen was disqualified for wearing jeans, a rule the FIDE later relaxed. This sparked a whole debate about whether the FIDE was being impartial or playing favorites.
So we've got accusations of bias flying around. What about the players themselves? Did anyone else weigh in on this decision?
Yes, FIDE master Alexander Botez criticized the shared title, arguing that chess is becoming soft by avoiding decisive outcomes. This gets to the heart of what makes this event so significant. Traditionally, chess has emphasized a clear winner, a single champion. This shared victory challenges that very notion.
I see what you mean. Botez is basically saying that avoiding a clear winner undermines the competitive spirit of chess. Right?
Yeah.
That it's like giving everyone a participation trophy.
Exactly. And this raises a fundamental question. Is a shared victory truly a victory, or does it somehow diminish the accomplishment? It forces us to rethink what it means to be a champion.
This is getting really thought-provoking. Okay, let's switch gears for a second and talk about Nepomniachtchi. Our biographical excerpt sheds some light on his journey. We learned that he was a chess prodigy, winning the European Youth Chess Championship 3 years in a row. But he's also faced setbacks, like his loss to Carlsen in the 2021 World Championship match. This shared victory adds another layer of complexity to his already fascinating career.
What's interesting is that Nepomniachtchi didn't let that loss break him. He went on to win the candidates tournament in 2022, which earned him another shot at the world title. To understand the significance of that, imagine winning a grueling primary election to become your party's nominee for president. That's how big the candidates tournament is in the chess world.
So he's a fighter, this Nepomniachtchi. He doesn't give up easily. But now he finds himself sharing the world championship title. I can't help but wonder how this will impact his legacy and the future of chess as a whole.
It creates a fascinating paradox. On the one hand, he's sharing a title, which some might see as a diluted victory. But on the other hand, he's doing it at the World Blitz Championship, a format known for its cutthroat nature.
It's like he's simultaneously defying and embracing tradition. It's making my head spin a little, to be honest.
That's precisely what makes this so compelling. It's forcing us to grapple with these conflicting ideas about what it means to be a champion in an individual sport. Is it about dominance, about crushing your opponent, or can it also be about mutual respect, about acknowledging the skill and worthiness of your adversary?
Those are some big questions, and I think they get to the heart of why this story has resonated so widely. It's not just about a chess match. It's about our own values, our understanding of competition, and how we define success. It's like this one event has cracked open a whole Pandora's box of philosophical dilemmas.
It certainly has, and it raises even more questions about the future of chess. Will we see more shared titles? Will this become the norm, or is it just an anomaly, a blip on the radar?
It's hard to say, but I think one thing is clear. This shared victory has sparked a conversation that goes way beyond the chessboard. It's made people think about the nature of competition, the role of governing bodies, and the delicate balance between tradition and change.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to remember that chess, despite its reputation for being a purely intellectual pursuit, is still a human endeavor. It's played by people with emotions, ambitions, and vulnerabilities. And sometimes those human elements come into play in unexpected ways.
You're right. I was so focused on the strategic implications of the shared victory that I almost forgot about the human side of things. What do you think was going through Carlsen's mind when he offered to share the title?
It's impossible to know for sure, but I think it's worth considering a few possibilities. Perhaps he was genuinely exhausted after such a grueling match and felt that a shared title was the fairest outcome. Or maybe he was trying to make a statement to challenge the traditional win-at-all-costs mentality that often dominates competitive chess.
It's fascinating to think about.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if there's a part of him that's tired of the pressure, the constant expectation to win. Maybe he's looking for a different way to engage with the game, one that's less about ego and more about the beauty of the sport itself.
That's a very insightful observation. Remember, Carlsen has been at the top of the chess world for so long. Perhaps he's reached a point where he's seeking a different kind of fulfillment, one that goes beyond simply accumulating titles and accolades.
Maybe sharing the title was his way of saying, hey, chess isn't just about crushing your opponent. It can also be about mutual respect and appreciation for the game.
Precisely. And that brings us back to the core question. What does it mean to be a champion? Is it about always being the best? Or is there room for a more nuanced definition that includes things like sportsmanship, humility, and a willingness to share the spotlight?
Those are questions that each of us has to answer for ourselves, both in the context of chess and in our own lives. But I think this whole event has given us a lot to chew on. It's shown us that even in a game as ancient and seemingly rigid as chess, there's always room for surprise, for evolution, and for challenging the status quo.
And that's what makes this deep dive so rewarding. We're not just learning about a chess match. We're exploring the complexities of human nature, the evolving dynamics of competition, and the very meaning of success.
You said it perfectly. Okay, I think it's time to bring this home. Let's recap what we've learned today and leave our listener with something to ponder. So we started this deep dive with a truly unprecedented event, a shared victory at the World Blitz Chess Championship. We've unpacked the controversy, the accusations of bias, and the debate about whether this signals a shift in the very philosophy of competitive chess.
And along the way, we've also explored the remarkable journey of Nepomniachtchi, a player who embodies both the fierce competitive spirit and the resilience that defines a true champion.
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
And I think we've only just scratched the surface of this complex and fascinating story. So before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question. Does this shared victory represent a step towards a more collaborative future for chess? Or is it simply a unique circumstance that will fade into history? What do you think this means for the future of the game?
Only time will tell what lasting impact this event will have. But one thing is certain. This deep dive has given us a glimpse into the evolving nature of chess. A game that continues to challenge our assumptions about competition, sportsmanship, and the very definition of victory.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the intricate world of chess with us. And remember, whether you're a seasoned grandmaster or just starting out, the game always has something new to teach us. Until next time, keep those minds sharp and may your games be full of brilliant moves and unexpected triumphs.